comport with what you understood about your uncle's financial history, about your family's financial history? Did this open big new avenues of understanding for you, or is this in keeping with what you expected?
It's in keeping with what I expected, because again, unfortunately, nothing Donald's done in the last 5 years has surprised me. But that doesn't mean it's not horrifying, and it doesn't mean it isn't necessary. As usual, Suzanne Craig and Russ Buettner have just been extraordinarily brilliant in their reporting. I believe every word of it, and also hat tip to Mr. McIntyre, whom I don't know. But laying it out this way is very important for the American people, because it's one thing for me to have an opinion, or for me to say I'm not surprised, it's all part of a pattern. And, despite your own brilliant synthesis and connecting of dots, people like to see proof and numbers. I mean, it's interesting how that $750 number has resonated so strongly with American taxpayers, even though I don't think it's the most important aspect of the article. I think the national security threat is.
You know what's sad, Mary?
More
you know what's
important,
sad?
If it helps people connect to the story.
You know what's sad, really? I know you get to a point, and I want to do the same thing with my brothers and family. You get to a point where you're on the big stage, and you have your own agenda, and he does too. But after all, you're his niece, right? Trump. I've seen you on here. I'm going to pause this for a minute. All the times I've seen you on here, I've never seen you appeal to Trump, your uncle. Say, Unc. Stuff hurt me that you shut me out. It hurt me. Because you showed me that I didn't measure up. And it hurt deeply. I love you, but I think you're wrong. And I want you to see things my way, but I'm going to go against you politically because I think you're wrong politically. But you hurt me. And I love you. Like as I love my brother Andy and Lonnie and my mother. I don't see love at all for family at all. It was about money that he shut you out. And it was money what is a lot of it's about. Continue this and listen.
Debate on this if Vice President Biden wanted to try to pin him on this issue. I mean, you know his brain better than anybody else I've talked to. Do you think that he will cop to the fact that his businesses, at least on paper, at least according to the IRS filings, appear to be massive failures? Or do you think that he might try to explain that away as something he did just to avoid taxes, which of course would provide its own form of risk for him in terms of potential future prosecution?
Well, he is in a bit of a bind, isn't he? I hope that this is a major topic of debate. Honestly, for people to ignore this and ask him about his policy positions or his corrupt Supreme Court nomination is once again to legitimize him. This is a topic that cannot be let go. It can't be ignored. It has to be hammered on, because if he's just asked once, you're right, his ego will kick in, but he'll spin it in a way that makes it seem like it was the smart thing to do, as he said in 2016. But if he goes there, because obviously, nobody's going to be able to prove criminality on a debate stage, but, it's one thing to be a private citizen and not pay taxes because you're quote unquote smart. It's another thing to do it as the leader of a country you're supposed to be protecting and caring about. It's deeply unpatriotic, and it needs to be seen at least in those terms right now, and we'll deal with the rest later.
Niece of President Donald
You
Trump,
notice, see, Rachel, you chicken hawk. You didn't even bring up, we're going to fix this loophole shit. You didn't even bring it up. You know why? You guys want to use it. You guys are using it probably. I'm sure of it. No loopholes. They're done. Over. Finito. You abuse them. Done. Both sides. Everybody. It's done.